In this tutorial, we will show you the new attribute types you can choose from when creating an attribute. We will create a simple memory game that includes flipping cards. So what we did here is creating a simple scene state for each card that shows its content. We gave each card two attributes. One for when we will hide the matching cards called hide, and the second will give every two similar cards the same value. For example, the value for the both of the lion cards is 1, elephant is 2, and the kangaroo is 3. Now, we will add a new attribute and call it flip. As you can see, there are three new attribute types available: scene node, scene state, and an animation sequence. We will use the scene state type for this tutorial. Now, assign the scene states created with its corresponding card. Open the training builder and create a new dynamic diagram. We created three variables and gave them the following values. The card value on the first flip will be stored in the first card variable, and the second flip card value will be stored in the second card variable. Times flipped will keep track of how many cards are flipped. Add a scene node query source. And select the objects with the attribute name flip. When you click on preview, the cards should be selected. Add a node triggered event and connect the scene node channel to the query. Next, add get node attribute of the type scene state. And connect it to the previous scene node channel. What this does is get the attribute of the type scene state from the triggered objects that have the attribute flip, and apply its scene state using the apply scene state node. As you can see, the scene states work using a simple logic. Now we want to detect when two cards are the same and hide them. To do that, we will add a branch on expression response to check the value of times flipped. If it's the first flip, add a get node attribute of type number and connect the scene node channel. And change the attribute to value. Now we will store that value in the first card variable. Copy the set number variable response and change the time flipped variable value to 2. And now change the attribute height value to yes. If it's the second flip, copy the following nodes and paste them under the old ones. These nodes resemble the second card that the user flips. Adjust the variables accordingly and set the times flipped variable to 3. Also connect the scene node channels. Now using the watch Boolean expression node, we can detect when the user had flipped 2 cards. Then we will reset the times flipped back to its default value. We will check now if the value of first card equals the value of the second card. If yes, we will add a small delay. Following that, we will hide the scene nodes that have their hide attribute value yes. And finally apply the original scene state to have another turn. Here is how it plays out when you get 2 cards of the same type. We still need to reset the cards when you don't match them. To do that, we will add a short delay, then apply that original scene state. We will also reset the height attribute value back to no. This is the final result.